Yeah.
In fact, I call that hitting a terror barrier, you know.
A terror barrier.
A terror barrier. That's, you got to, like, you get a new idea. Let's suppose a person's got an idea. They're going to quit their job and start their own company. That's an exciting idea. They're intellectually involved with it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can play with that all they want.
In their mind.
Nothing's ever going to happen because it's just intellectually. They take the idea and they get emotionally involved with it. Now all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
They hit the terror barrier.
Ooh. I start to feel the fear.
Ha. And if you don't go through the terror barrier, where do you go? You're right back into safety. Bondage. And that's where most people live because they don't know how to do it. They don't know where the money's going to come from. They don't know where the help's going to come from. It's, I heard one time a thing when Dhamma Maharaji was going to take TM to the world. One of his advisors said, well, where's all the money going to come from? He says, wherever it is right now.
Wow.
I love that because that's where the money's going to come from. So when people hit this fear because they haven't got the money, they don't know how, they want to realize the way is already here. If nothing's created or destroyed, if all the power is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time, everything we've got it right here. It's right here. We just don't understand it. So you hit this terror barrier. If you don't go through it, you're toast.
Yeah.
So
you always stay in your comfort zone. You'll never be able to.
Yeah. So if something doesn't scare me, I know I'm not growing.
It's something that, you know, as an athlete, or did you play sports growing up at all?
Not a lot, no.
Some recreational stuff, yeah. As an athlete, I was in pain almost every single day. Our coaches would push us to a limit that we didn't want to go to.
Yeah.
They wouldn't hurt us, you know, where we'd be broken bones, but it was painful. I'd much rather be laying on the couch, playing video games or whatever it is, having fun. But that pain threshold, you know, breaking through that pain barrier and discomfort always made me feel a little more confident in myself. Like, wow, I was able to do that. I didn't think I could push that far, but now I can do a little more tomorrow. And doing that every day over years is conditioned me to want pain every single day in a healthy way.
You know? That's where the coach played an integral role.
Yeah, huge.
The coach is the mentor, you know, and that's what they pay. And I think if you have the right coaching for a period of time, then you said, now,
it's in me.
You see, it's part of you now.
Right.
Well, that's where it is. It's part of me. Like fear would never stop me. In fact, if it doesn't scare me, I know I'm probably not going in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know.
Should we face a terror barrier every day? Is it too much to do it every day?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is it helpful if we're looking for things that scare us every day?
Oh, yeah, you should be going that way,
yeah.
You know. And you'll realize after you go through it, you step through fear into safety. Oh. But you've got to understand, too, what you're doing is you're getting emotionally involved with an idea.
Yep.
You're changing the paradigm. Now, even when you go through the terror barrier, the fear doesn't leave because the paradigm hasn't changed. It takes a period of time for to form the new paradigm. So the fear is going to be there for a while.
Until you feel like, oh, this is my new comfort zone.
That's right.
I've broken through this. Now this is the new norm. I feel comfortable.
I refer to it as X. X. I said, you know, X. And the Y is the new idea. And the Y doesn't mix with the X. You get the Y intellectually, the X is the conditioning. And the Y won't mix with the X. So that sets up a foreign vibration, which we call fear. Well, when you break through the terror barrier and you finally eliminate the fear, the Y becomes the new X.
And then it's Y.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it becomes the new X and the conditioning's still there. It's just on a higher level.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are thoughts that we should be thinking every day? You give us habits, learn, study, have a mentor, have a goal, or multiple goals. But what are the ideas we should be saying to ourselves internally and externally?
Well, I think you have an affirmation, a positive statement from yourself you give to yourself, and that has something to do with your goal. You know, that's how you change the paradigm. The paradigm can only be changed one of two ways. One is an emotional impact, which doesn't happen often. And the other...
What's the example for that?
An example for that would be 9/11.
Yeah.
Now, 9/11 wasn't an emotional impact for me. It probably wasn't for you. But for people that lived right near there or lost somebody there, that was emotional impact. Just something that hits you so hard, it just knocks you off your pins.
Emotional impact.
And repetition, constant spaced repetition. See, you take this affirmation of thing I want to change, and you've got to keep repeating it to yourself. You've got to keep seeing it through the repetition of it. Pretty soon it becomes fixed in your mind. Then the thing you're afraid of becomes a habit. You just automatically do it.
Yeah.
Like there's things you do automatically today that you don't even give a thought to.
Yeah.
But at one time you're afraid to do it.
Sure.
So I think that's how you keep changing it. Thought is a very powerful, thought is the preamble to everything. Thought waves are cosmic waves. They penetrate all time and space. I had a good fortune working with Ed Mitchell. He was the captain of the lunar landing module on one of the Apollo flights. And he did thought transference exercises from the other side of the moon.
Wow.
With Sherman and Ford here on Earth. They're all gone now. But you're doing thought transference exercises all the time. And we just have not got to a point where we really understand that. Like if I, where's my phone? Here it is. If I dial your number, I'm on your frequency.
Mm-hmm.
I will never get Tiffany's phone to ring.
Right.
I'll only get your phone to ring. If I take a picture of Tiffany and I send it to a friend of mine in Singapore, simultaneously with me hitting send here in Los Angeles, they've got it in Singapore. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, thought works the same way. I could be thinking of you. I'll trigger cells in your brain. And those cells, if you're not thinking, those cells will start jiggling and you'll start thinking of me. And maybe I'll phone you and say, this is the damnest thing. I was just thinking of you.
Yeah. Happens all the time.
Well, we got to understand what's happening. You think on frequencies. Now, this has to do with goals. When you set a goal, you have to flip your brain onto the frequency that the good that you desire or that you need for that goal is there.
Uh-huh.
So most people don't make the decision because they don't know how to get it. You don't have to know how to get it. That's why von Braun said when Kennedy asked him how to get to the moon, the will to do it. You're going to make the decision. You don't make the decision when you've got enough money or when you've got all the resources. You make the decision. When you make the decision, you flip your brain onto a higher frequency, and then you're on the frequency, you begin to attract everything on that frequency. That's where the law of attraction comes in. See, The Secret brought out the law of attraction, but it didn't explain it. None of them explained it. I didn't even explain it. I didn't get the time. Most people don't even understand it. You can only attract according to the frequency that you're operating on. Attraction is a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. That's a primary law of the universe. Everything in this room is moving. Nothing rests. This table's moving. It just appears to be still. The law of vibration decrees, everything moves, nothing rests. Well, when you think, you put you onto a frequency. You can only attract what's on that frequency. You think about a person a lot. Just concentrate on it. That person will phone you. Or you'll bump into them on the street. Because
you're thinking about it, yeah.
The law of attraction takes over. You could attract to you what you're in harmony with. Well, when you set goals, you got to see yourself already there. That's called a mindset. A lot of people talk about mindset. They don't understand what it is. They set their mind on the frequency that they have to be in to attract what they have to attract. And that's how the goal moves into form. You get emotionally involved. You're so intellectually and emotionally involved. The only problem is you don't have it on a physical plane yet, but it will manifest in time. We just don't know what the time is. So you're guessing at the time you reach your goal.
Right.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
Okay.
I love this.
I live for it.
I can listen to this all day with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.